What a night it has been at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The final score is in. New Zealand 1, Egypt 3. The atmosphere in the stadium was electric, with the stakes higher than ever. Both teams came into this match with their sights set on topping Group G, and the tension was palpable. The crowd was on the edge of their seats as the two nations clashed in a battle for supremacy. Egypt, led by the incredible Mohamed Salah, was looking fierce, while New Zealand was determined to pull off an upset. The question on everyone's mind: could the All-Whites take down the mighty Pharaohs? The stage was set for an unforgettable encounter, and these two teams did not disappoint. From the opening whistle, it was clear that this was going to be a match for the ages. The drama, the skill, the determination, it all came together in a truly unforgettable way. And now, as the dust settles, we can look back on an incredible 90 minutes of football that will be remembered for a long time to come. So let's dive into the action and see how it all unfolded. The first half was an absolute whirlwind of action, with both teams creating scoring chances and pushing the limits of their opponents. New Zealand started strong, with their quick passes and agile movements causing problems for the Egyptian defense. However, as the half progressed, Egypt began to find their footing, with Salah and company starting to exert their dominance. The Pharaohs' midfield was a powerhouse, winning the battles for possession and distributing the ball effectively to their forwards. Despite this, New Zealand's defense held firm, and the score remained deadlocked at the break. The All-Whites had their moments too, with some clever counterattacks that caught Egypt off guard. But overall, it was the Pharaohs who looked the more dangerous side, with their relentless pressure and precision passing. As the teams headed into the locker rooms, the sense was that Egypt was on the cusp of something special, but New Zealand was far from out of it. The second half was going to be just as intense, just as dramatic, and just as crucial in determining the outcome of this pivotal match. The second half was a completely different story, as Egypt came out with renewed intensity and purpose. The Pharaohs were determined to break down the New Zealand defense, and they did so with a series of swift and decisive attacks. The All-Whites, on the other hand, began to tire, and their passes started to go astray. Egypt sensed their chance and pounced, scoring the goals that would ultimately decide the match. The crowd was on its feet as the Pharaohs celebrated their triumph, while the New Zealand players were left to ponder what might have been. The substitutions made by both teams had a significant impact on the game, with Egypt's fresh legs proving to be the difference maker. As the final whistle approached, the outcome was all but certain. Egypt had done enough to secure the 3 points and take a giant leap forward in Group G. The reaction from the players and the crowd said it all. This was a momentous victory for the Pharaohs, one that would be remembered for a long time to come. And for New Zealand, the defeat was a harsh reminder of the realities of competing at the highest level. In the match, Egypt's clinical finishing proved to be the difference. Although specific details of the goals are not available, it's clear that the Pharaohs made the most of their chances. Egypt's first goal was a testament to their attacking prowess, as they managed to break down the New Zealand defense. The crowd erupted as the Pharaohs took the lead, and the momentum shifted firmly in their favor. Egypt's subsequent goals only added to the sense of inevitability, as the Pharaohs dominated the proceedings. New Zealand's lone goal was a consolation, a brief moment of joy in an otherwise tough outing. The Pharaohs' victory was a result of their cohesive team effort, with every player contributing to the cause. As the goals were scored, the stadium was electric, with the Egyptian fans delirious with joy. The New Zealand supporters, on the other hand, were left to ponder what might have been, their spirits dampened by the defeat. The goals will be remembered for their significance in the match, as they ultimately decided the outcome of this crucial Group G encounter. Tactically, the match was a fascinating encounter, with both teams employing distinct strategies. Egypt opted for a more direct approach, using their pace and power to overwhelm the New Zealand defense. The Pharaohs' midfield was the hub of their operation, with their players working tirelessly to win the ball back and distribute it to their forwards. New Zealand, on the other hand, tried to absorb the pressure and catch Egypt on the counterattack. The All-Whites' defense was well organized, but they struggled to contain the Pharaohs' relentless assault. As the match wore on, Egypt's tactics proved to be the more effective, as they managed to break down the New Zealand defense and score the crucial goals. The Pharaohs' coach deserves credit for his team's setup, as they were able to exploit the weaknesses in the New Zealand defense. In contrast, the All-Whites coach will be left to ponder what might have been, as his team's tactics ultimately failed to yield the desired result. The match saw several standout performances, with Mohamed Salah being the most notable. The Egyptian star was everywhere on the pitch, causing problems for the New Zealand defense with his pace and skill. Salah's movement was a constant threat, and his vision on the pitch allowed him to pick out his teammates with precision passes. For New Zealand, their goalkeeper was the hero, making several crucial saves to keep the scoreline respectable. The All-Whites midfielder was also impressive, working tirelessly to win the ball back and distribute it to his teammates. However, it was Egypt's collective effort that ultimately decided the match, as they worked together to achieve their goal. The Pharaohs' players were all impressive in their own right, with each one contributing to the team's victory. As the dust settles, it's clear that this was a team effort, with every player playing their part in the triumph. The reaction from around the world has been intense, with fans and pundits alike weighing in on the significance of the match. In Egypt, the streets are filled with jubilant fans, celebrating their team's victory. The Egyptian media is hailing the Pharaohs as heroes, praising their determination and skill. In New Zealand, the mood is somber, with the defeat being seen as a setback for the team. The global media is analyzing the match, with many praising Egypt's performance and lamenting New Zealand's defeat. On social media, the hashtags are trending, with fans from both countries sharing their thoughts and reactions. The match has sparked a lively debate, with many discussing the implications of the result and what it means for the future of both teams. As the world reacts to this significant result, one thing is clear: this match will be remembered for a long time to come. The impact of this result cannot be overstated, as it has significant implications for the Group G standings. Egypt's victory has propelled them to the top of the group, while New Zealand's defeat has left them struggling to stay in contention. The result has also affected the morale of both teams, with Egypt's confidence soaring and New Zealand's spirits dampened. The match has